This episode of Limit Break Radio is made possible by our generous Patreon donors, including Rav Mall of Cactar, Taliesin True Strike of Fairy, Lara Kemfiri of Sargentanus. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/Limit Break Radio. Does Adventurer have many clink clinks? Worried about droppings? Then move to Cockaroon's First National Bank of Shinies and leave all Adventurer clink clink in bag of holding. Cockaroon's First National Bank of Shinies will hold all of your shiny clink clink at very good 3.4% APR, so Adventurer can put mind at ease. Cockaroon's First National Bank of Shinies no ask where Adventurer finds shiny clink clink, only care where shiny clink clink goes. Shiny clink clink goes in Cockaroon's First National Bank of Shinies bag of holding. Cockaroon's First National Bank of Shiny, where your clink clink goes.
Live from Eorzea.
Limit Break. With your hosts, Aniero.
Now behold the horror you have wrought.
Kahlo.
I said don't take your clothes off.
Juxtaposition.
I don't get it.
Ascalia.
Holy shit, totally forgot about him.
And Mika.
Oh my god.
LimitBreakRadio.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Limit Break Radio, episode 139.
The best episode.
That's right.
We got rid of all the girls.
All of the, I was going to say garbage, but no.
Same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Same thing.
That's not mean.
Nope.
They're synonyms of each other.
Okay.
Hey, he knows what a word means.
Did you mean cinnamon? Because I would have expected you to say cinnamon.
Yeah, did you?
I think he meant
I think
cinnamon.
he accidentally got it right.
But they're not synonyms of each other.
But you like cinnamon.
You should take the cinnamon challenge.
No. That can kill you.
How are we making jokes for Juxta anymore? Like, is that the level? Is that the level that this show has sunk to?
Man, we gotta call it quits.
Where even Juxta's phoning it in?
Failing podcast. That's like the fourth sign of a failing podcast right there. We have 3 more to go, and then it's all over.
Could you pretend to try?
Anyway, thanks for joining us. We appreciate having you along. Today is going to be the return of Juxtober.
Juxtober!
It's Juxtober time!
Wait, where's the Juxtober theme song?
Where is the Juxtober theme song?
I'm the Automancer in this case?
I mean...
It's that drop. Did you forget? Oh my gosh. We really are doing his job for him.
I know. Oh, good.
Why is he dancing? No one can see you dancing.
So much chilling.
I actually don't think this was...
Oh, I'm chilling.
It was.
It wasn't.
Chill.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because we told him he needed a theme song, and then he panicked and played this.
No, well, I don't think that was the one. I think it was... this is it.
Oh. You got your theme song wrong?
He did.
Oh my gosh.
He fucked that up.
How long are we gonna do
That's
this?
2 fuck-ups already.
I can't...
Sorry, not sorry.
Can't even?
Yeah, I can.
I just wanted to hit both of them.
Anyway, welcome to the show. Let's flip it on over to our Eorzean studio, where there is nobody except for Bach playing our damn piano. If you want to join us, you can, of course, join us on the Sergeant Anus server.
Assuming you're still subbed.
That's right. Assuming you're still paying your monthly sub.
There's also the Ascalia Memorial. That's there.
That's true. You can join us on the Sergeant Anus server, 5th Ward, plot number 30.
Carletta says she's there, but we don't see you. You need to get on camera, please.
Yeah.
Jump on the desk or go stand in front of a lamp.
There's so many, though.
Good luck.
Remember when there were people who actually used to watch the show?
Remember when there were people who actually used to play?
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, I don't feel so bad when I put it that way.
Anyway, so thanks for joining us today. We're glad to have you along. It's going to be a fun episode because Juxtober, the return of Juxtober.
Juxtober in December.
That's right. Well, we had to revisit it.
Christmas came early.
We've decided that this bit can only happen in October. Except for the thing is that we promised this other show that we would do their Juxtober this year.
And to be fair, we did Juxtober literally the last weekend of October.
Yeah.
So I feel like we get a little bit of leeway.
Because this idiot can't prepare anything on time. Do you know what a deadline is, dummy?
Yeah, something I miss.
Yeah, all the time.
Hanzo man over here.
God. Would have been nice if that was in on time, but no, I have a baby.
Yeah.
Stupid baby.
I was up until 3 a.m. last night.
What were you doing?
Trying to sleep, but we had a screaming baby.
Why did you give it a shot of whiskey?
No.
Try that next time.
Yeah.
No.
Blow some pot smoke in its face?
I don't think I have pot anymore.
You know, someone complained on a YouTube comment somewhere. I can't remember about our jokes about your baby.
Saying that they're not funny, right?
Yeah, that they're incredibly insensitive.
I don't care about that part. They're just not funny.
They're hysterical.
You gotta step up.
Because I remember one guy saying that if we would have joked about his baby getting cancer, if one of his friends would have, he'd punch him in the face.
That's the exact one that I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not sorry.
No one's sorry.
Tenchi Muyo says, I remember those days. He's 3 now and an asshole.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So those days never really go away.
Yeah. Anyway, so we've got a lot to go through. Although not a lot of news. No,
I was gonna say,
not a ton of news. Before we do get into what little news we have, a couple of things I wanted to talk about, including Patreon. We've been getting a lot of feedback this week on the adjustments Patreon is making to their funding model, and there's a lot to be said there, and we had actually talked a little bit about it on Finally Countercast, and I don't really have much of an opinion about it. If you want to talk about it at some point today, we may open the phone lines if we get to it, if we wrap up Juxtober early. Somehow I doubt it, though.
Right.
But if you want to talk about it, we will take your comments and questions. If not through the show, then of course over like Twitter or Discord. And there's a lot of conversation that's going on about it. So make sure that if you feel some kind of way, especially if you're one of our existing Patreon donors, that you come talk to us. And if the way that Patreon is processing their money makes you kind of want to walk from the platform, we don't blame you. But we're kind of asking those that are giving on Patreon to just kind of hang with it at least for the first month and see what happens. And because that's what we're gonna do, and so we don't want to pull back from the platform because it's been very successful for us for being able to continue our company and our project, and so we don't as of yet have any plans of moving away from Patreon, but that is contingent on your feedback. So please make sure that squeaky wheel gets the oil. So make sure that you're giving us the feedback that we need to be able to make this kind of decision. So anyway, but as long as we're talking about Patreon real quick, one thing that I do want to mention is the postcards from Eorzea.
Yep. I got the Aniero one today. It was a little late because Melchiria was putting extra effort into this one. She said she did say
that's
that
a lie. That's no a phrase that artists use.
She said that she did bite off a little more than she could chew, and so she's sorry.
Well,
for that,
I think the Juxta card bit off a little bit more than it can chew. Boy,
Because he's fat.
The depiction of Juxta on that card is fairly accurate
and disturbing.
Yeah.
So predictable.
But yes,
why is there a Pokeball on his like he's going to eat a Pokemon? Have you noticed that? That looks like a Pokemon right below the P. Of the Patreon exclusive part. You can see this, by the way, if you want to see the Juxta card preview we posted over on Facebook. I'm gonna link that here in the chat here in just a hot second.
Maybe it's just a Pokeball themed snack.
It looks like a Pokeball. Yeah. It looks like he's getting ready to like have a salad of Bulbasaur or something.
The next postcard though will go out tonight or tomorrow morning, so you should get it by the end of the week.
Awesome! I can't wait to see it. I haven't seen it. It's of me, and I haven't seen it yet. Mm-hmm. What's my theme?
Christmas.
Am I the Grinch?
No.
I would have assumed that I was the Grinch. Anyway, I'm the Grinch, aren't I? Anyway, so Extra Life, congratulations go out to so far everyone who's done streams for Extra Life. We are sitting at $7,495 for Team Limit Break Radio, which, I mean, come on. We can't get that to $7,500 even?
Somebody give $5.
Come on. And of course, I've still got plans to do my MMO tour. That I will have a date that I will announce fairly shortly, but there's a lot for the holidays that we're working on. Mm-hmm. So including special holiday editions of Checkpoint Radio.
So that's exciting.
Yeah. One of them, I guess I can talk a little bit about it. One of them is going to be themed around our interviews and specifically with musical artists. So that actually has a little bit of crossover to Limit Break Radio. We talked to Susan Calloway about 2-3 years ago about her experience with Distant Worlds. We're going to be airing that interview, as well as from Final Encountercast, the Eckhart Stier interview. Those two interviews are going to be repurposed for that special Christmas presentation, and then we'll also check back in. We'll hear the full Arnie Roth interview that was on the Checkpoint Radio podcast, as well as our interview last year with DJ Cutman. So all of those interviews you'll be able to hear those on the Christmas edition of Checkpoint Radio. And then around the New Year's Eve episode, we're going to do some of the best segments and bits that we've done throughout the year. So we're currently collecting material on that, and that's actually kind of a lot of work to repurpose those interviews and
I don't doubt that, especially the ones that were specifically for FEC or LBR. Yeah,
fortunately, the Susan interview happened at my old place of work. My old job. Yeah. So it was just me on that, and it was really just kind of recutting for time. Eckhart Stier, I think I also interviewed solo as well. So
I believe that was correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably not going to be that bad. And then Arnie is just a matter of timing. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Anyway, so that actually kind of parlays nicely into listen. We're going to be taking Christmas and New Year's off from Limit Break Radio and Final Encountercast, just so you guys know.
Especially because they literally fall right on Sunday this year.
Both of them, yeah. Right? Is it both of them?
Yeah. Well, yeah, New
Christmas
Year's Eve.
and New Year's Eve.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to be taking this year off. Sorry, guys.
Go fuck yourselves.
We'll miss ya.
That's our Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Is go fuck yourselves.
I mean, we did. We should just re-air the Christmas special that we did.
The one that Juxta cried on.
Yeah,
they'll never know.
Yeah.
Oh, the good Christmas special.
Wait, did we have a bad one?
The one that we put effort into.
Yeah, the one we put effort into, not the last year's.
Yeah, last year's was just like.
Oh, was that one bad?
We hammed it in.
Hammed it in.
What do you mean? I don't remember last year's.
I don't think we did anything special.
I don't think we did.
I think we just took it off last year.
No. Did we?
I think so.
Okay.
Dude, no one's going to listen anyway. They're all going to be doing New Year's and
getting
Christmas
drunk.
stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
I tell you what, I'm not gonna.
Our fans are cooler than your average FF14 player. So
I'm not going to promise
That's because
this.
our fans don't play Final Fantasy 14 anymore because they're intellectuals.
I'm not promising this, but I need to clear it with the girlfriend first. If she's on board, I'm thinking about doing my 24-hour stream for New Year's.
Oh, okay.
So maybe look forward to that. I'll let you know for sure within.
But what about Smash Year's Eve?
Women really like.
Really? Are you going to have Smash Year's Eve suddenly in the last 2 weeks? You're going to plan it?
Fuck no.
No, I didn't think so. Nobody wants to come over to your house with your dumb baby.
My baby's awesome and you're jealous.
Dumb baby.
Somebody mentioned that to me recently, Smash Year's Eve, and I was like, I don't think that's the thing.
No, it's dead now.
Yeah.
It's dead.
What would they ask? Like if it was going on, or
yeah, that they wanted to come or something like that.
Who would want to come to that?
I don't remember.
Why wouldn't they ask the person whose house it's at?
I don't know. It may have been Ryuichi.
Maybe I think I might have him blocked. Just kidding, Ryuichi.
He definitely has you blocked.
Anyway, yeah, I guess let's check out all of the wonderful, exciting things that are going on in FF14 news.
This is a Limit Breaking News Update.
So of our 2 pieces of news today, we're going to go with the more important one first. We have a teaser that the Starlight celebration will start December 15th, 2017. Stay tuned for details, but I think we already know what it is. Last year's Starlight items can be bought in the Mog Station, and we collect cookies or gifts to give to children's, or I don't really know how much more SE can be created with the Starlight event. So it's
not even, again, it's not even different from last year, is it? It's the same fucking thing.
Exactly the same. Yeah. Also, I guess I can mention that Mr. Happy did an interview with Kenji Sudo. It was mostly about the creation and story behind the Ultimate Bahamut fight. So if that's something that interests you, or you wanted to check that out, you can head over to wherever State of the Realm and the Dream Network give their content. Do they have a website?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. I tried Googling it and nothing came up except their Twitch channel, so I have no idea.
I mean, probably is YouTube. I would say maybe is YouTube.
Yeah.
That's where I find most of his stuff.
Well, yeah, but this interview was like a email interview, so I found it on a text document on a forum somewhere.
Right.
So there's probably a video he did somewhere, you would think, right?
I would
probably
think
like a
so.
good 20, 40, 80-minute video.
Yeah, right. Just, reading every single word twice.
What?
Because, I mean, that's how you make money on YouTube these days.
Apparently, like on YouTube, your videos have to be at least 10 minutes long for you to monetize them now. That's why every single video is 10 minutes long.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
Wow. Interesting. See, this is why you don't tie your product to a platform. Whether it's Twitch, whether it's YouTube,
whether it's Final Fantasy 14.
Exactly. Well,
I don't get it.
Yeah. So as you can see, it's been a really, really light week in the news. Definitely tune in next week, though, because we do have a live letter that's coming up this week, and we'll be talking about that next time. So that, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have some stuff worth talking about, or else you're going to get a lot of us just probably
fingering ourselves
during diddling the buttholes.
Diddling the buttholes.
Yeah, it sounds
each
right.
other's buttholes.
So one of those 2 shows, live letter, butthole diddling. Yeah. But luckily today's the fun stuff. Today, we get to Juxtober. And you're not getting one, you're getting 2 of them.
Yes, that's right.
And the second one includes a special guest, so make sure that you sit right where you are.
Yes, right. So we had mentioned when we did our first Juxtober, which was for RP MMO Radio.
Terrible name.
It's a cumbersome name. That we actually had 2 shows that had stepped up to the plate.
Yep, that's right.
Yes.
And that we wanted to save the second show for a special occasion. We only want to do Juxtober in October. So we're going to need some new submissions coming up this October. You've got a while. So
yeah.
If you want to start a shitty podcast
just to be Juxtober,
go for it. You have plenty of time to be able to figure that out. But we wanted to like the first thing that we said was that we had 2 shows. So we're going to go through our second show today. Juxta, who is our second show?
Well, our second show is She heals, I tank.
Ah, the shit show.
Literally, because that's the acronym is shit.
I know.
I didn't even realize that. Awesome.
I think they know that. They make that joke.
Yeah, they make that joke a lot, so it's not. It's yeah.
No, okay, no, come on now. We don't want to be RP radio and steal jokes, guys.
Anyway, She Heals, I Tank, aside from having the shittiest name ever.
God damn it. What did I just say?
That was a pun. Has 2 hosts, Vegan Pete. Yes, this walking cliche lets you know he's vegan before even telling you his name.
Oh, good.
And Aviel. And it's your typical bog standard Final Fantasy XIV podcast that has the paint by numbers, colors by segment. Personal updates.
Wait, say that again. Go back. Say it's. I know that's been a while since you wrote.
Standard 14 podcast that has the paint by colors segments.
Paint by colors. Okay, all right, I get you now. All right.
Paint by colors. Red, blue.
Yeah, no, we got it.
Triangle. Personal updates. 14 news, the whole 9 yards. And to their credit, they thought of outside the box for a brief moment and came up with 2 other segments. Greenleaf Minute and Community Roundup.
If Greenleaf Minute is anything except a review of pot, then I'm going to be sorely disappointed.
That is totally a vegan segment.
No, I don't.
No, you're both wrong.
Oh, okay.
I guess we'll have to find out what it is.
Spoiler alert, you'll be disappointed. I'm going to... Okay, well, I'll skip that little segment.
So that we can learn later.
Anyway, the second segment and the much more important segment is the Community Roundup, where Vegan Pete and Evie talk about the amazingly cool stuff that LBR is doing and the stupid boring shit that other 14 content creators are doing that no one cares about.
You know, I have to say, this is actually a pretty inventive way because now you get to bolster your own content with content that other people create.
Yeah,
I'm into it. I dig it.
Smart.
That's kind of what we did with the Limit Break Radio Network, except with, consent.
Yeah, I never approved consent.
Just saying.
So wait, this is kind of like shit is raping our content.
Well, but I mean,
look, we're not calling shit rapists, but
I'm just saying, like,
audio rape is a thing.
Can you? I mean, maybe you should have asked first. I mean, whenever we put our logo, or I'm sorry, our brand name on something, it was always with the content creators, like, permission and consent.
They knew that they were becoming our slaves.
Yeah.
So this is a little awkward.
A little awkward.
I mean, it is a shitty podcast.
Maybe they should be called the Spaceys.
Well, Limit Break Radio is 11 years old. So.
I was just about to say, are we reusing jokes now? But props to Kala for actually coming up with a good joke.
That actually took it from a recycled joke and made it a callback.
Yeah,
nice.
So good job. Way to save Aniero.
Yeah.
Well done.
All right, so without further ado,
oh boy,
here we go.
All right, its first clip is I always like for the first clip do the opening.
Oh, of course,
just because you have to feel how it is, and I also have to load it up.
It'll load at the opening, luckily.
Which takes a while for VLC.
Hey, all of you out there in Eorzea, welcome to She Heals, I
Okay,
Tank.
all right, hang on.
Can you talk to us about the audio quality of that?
Yeah.
It sounded like someone was recording it off their cell phone by holding it next to the speaker.
That's how it sounds on all speakers, right? Like, that's not just like a weird thing that my board is doing.
Well, it better not. I haven't yelled into my microphone at all today.
I mean, I've noticed. You've been very good.
Oh, really? I was being sarcastic.
Have I had to yell at you? No. I
mean, I tune you out a lot of the time, so you could have.
I didn't.
Wow, awesome.
Anyway, all right. So
nailed it.
So, first of all, can we back this up?
Back it up already?
Yeah.
Beep beep. Back the truck up. All right.
Okay. All right. Pause this. Okay. All right. Is that Final Fantasy XIV music?
I couldn't really tell.
I don't think it is.
What it is.
It definitely does not.
It sounds like your Tonga Jungle.
I mean, it sounds it sounds vaguely Final Fantasy-ish.
There's something familiar about it, but I can't place what it is.
I don't think it is a Final Fantasy song. I don't think it's actually music from the game.
Original content?
Well, maybe, but
or
points off for not rolling it in with the theme more.
Rolling what into the theme?
I mean, you're not really embracing the whole FF14 theme there.
I mean, let's call a spade a spade. I mean, our theme isn't 14.
No, it's not 14, but it is Final Fantasy.
Okay.
This is not. I don't think this is even Final Fantasy music. If I had to guess, this is just a song that sounds vaguely Final Fantasy.
He's just like, that sounds cool.
Because it also sounds like it was recorded with a microphone in a Ritz cracker box across the fucking room. Because it sounds like, honestly, this is one of the like I can't tell if it's the amount of compression that's on the music or if it's just the fact that it was recorded like dog shit that makes it nigh unlistenable. I mean, I would have heard that and instantly hit the stop button. I would have been like, done.
He didn't even get a word out.
Nope, not even a single word.
That's how important the intro is.
Wow.
You gotta make a good first impression.
Got a tough crowd over here.
The toughest.
RPMMO Radio in the chat, which is ironic, it says royalty-free music. That's possible. That's possible.
I mean, it's not very good, so it's probably why it's royalty-free.
Here's the thing. Yeah, there's way better royalty-free music that you could find. And let me just throw something out there, okay? For those that are concerned about the legality of using something like a remix, okay? Unless it's officially licensed music that Square Enix has paid for the license, or someone has paid Square Enix for the license to use, like your Distant Worlds, like Black Mages, etc., that remixes exist in this kind of like legally gray area that So
the reason that we get to use them is because technically they're not probably fully legal themselves.
Exactly. Because if someone was going to, want to sue somebody, they're going to sue the person who made the remix, not the radio show that's using it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. That's called a legally defensible position. And you need to know that because it makes your show better if you are using a specific theme, like one specific game that you're doing your show about. It helps if you cleverly tie in musical themes.
That's right.
To be able to drive that home.
So now, while we remix.
Now again, while we don't use FF14 music, we definitely use Final Fantasy music. We used to use vaguely Final Fantasy sounding tracks. Like at one point, I think we used Elven King.
Yep, we sure did.
And because legitimately at that time, it was difficult to match something like the Black Mages without doing your entire intro just using the Black Mages. And then there was some creatively devoid dickweed that decided, I'm going to use all the Black Mages music in my intro for my Final Fantasy podcast. And we were like, I think it was Lodestone Radio.
Oh, that's right.
Dropping Lodestones. Have you guys seen that porn guy, the Dropping Loads guy?
What?
No. I'm not even going to spoil it. Just wait until that wank session where you stumble across the Dropping Loads guy. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That's right. So, yeah. I don't know where that was going at all. I don't know what point I was driving at. But
get better music.
Get better music. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Can we go on with the intro? Can he introduct himself?
Yes, he can introduct himself.
All right. I'm gonna make you listen to this again. So rudely interrupting.
Hey, all of you out there in Aetheryte, welcome to She Heals I Tank.
Well, if it wasn't the music that was going to make me turn away, his voice clinched it there.
And he does that cliche thing that you mostly see on YouTube. Hey, gamers, welcome to the show.
Here's my Energies voice. Yo.
You got to use the Puker Jock voice. Hey, welcome into shit. Literally.
Figuratively.
Weekly Final Fantasy XIV podcast. Today is Tuesday, October 24th, and this is episode 95 of the Shit Podcast. I am your host, Vegan Pete, and always.
So they say they call it the Shit Podcast every episode, don't they?
I mean, it's not not every episode.
Okay, that's what I thought. Gallant CP in the chat saying, so stealing content is okay.
Stealing stolen content is okay.
Stealing legally gray area, stuff that exists in a legal gray area? Yeah, kind of.
Music that fell off a bus.
It's called re-stealing.
Well, yeah, because if it's an unlicensed remix, then technically they stole that to begin with. So is it okay to steal from a thief? I mean, I think it is.
I can tell you right now, as the Thief 99, please check it, that this is okay.
So there you go. Full endorsement from the thief. If you've ever do you ever feel bad about stealing from the Thieves Guild in a game where you can do that?
You shouldn't feel bad for stealing from anybody. They should have protected it better.
I mean, you're not wrong. But anyway, so if Gallant is trying to call us out on stealing shit's content,
they gave it to us.
Yeah.
They submitted this.
Yeah.
They put themselves through this.
No, I think he was talking about our intro song.
Just so you know, we actually got permission to use our intro. We did get permission, right, from Husky?
No, we absolutely didn't.
No.
And it's not Husky.
Yeah.
We use a Husky somewhere.
We use Husky at the end.
But we got permission from Husky, right?
we got permission from Husky.
Yeah, we bros with Husky.
I don't remember whether we got permission from the other guy. I don't even remember his name.
If we don't remember his name, then we can't.
No. I mean, we say it at the end of every show.
Sabzi at bandcamp.com?
No, that's not the...
Damn it.
That's not the guy. Daniel Lambie.
Daniel Lambie, Metal Gamer.
Yeah. Actually, I do think that I got permission from him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We get permission, because we're not the Spaceys.
We don't always get permission.
But we're not the Spaceys.
We don't always. We definitely always.
Sometimes we're the Spaceys.
Anyway, let's go.
That is the lovely...
Hey guys, Avi Ale here. How you doing? Trying to stick with my same old cadence like Pete does every week with his intro.
Thank you for being here, as always, Avi.
I don't think I'd fuck her.
It's
Wow.
I'm just going off the voice. Like, she sounds okay, but I don't think she's fuckable. To be fair, Vegan Pete's not fuckable either.
No. I mean, they're two unfuckable people fucking each other, so I guess that's
why it's a shit show.
Oh, Jesus.
You throw a cup in there, it gets super literal.
All right.
Then Ephemero's underboob during an Alamegan summer right now.
Wait, though, but I have to comment. Well, no, Ephemero do have pretty big titties, don't they? I was thinking they got more booty than they got titties, but they got some tiggle bitties.
Boo. Boo. Oh, these jokes hurt.
Stop quoting Jeff Kaplan. That was his name back in EverQuest with big old titties.
Was it really?
Tiggle bitties?
Tiggle bitties.
Oh, was it really?
Wow. Yes, it was.
Points for Jeff.
No fucking way.
Yup. And then we got hired on to Blizzard. Obviously couldn't be Tiggle bitties, so he just removed the bitties and became Tiggle. And eventually he left World of Warcraft to work on Overwatch and just became
Jeff Kaplan.
Yeah.
He just dropped the Tiggle altogether. That's pretty fucking funny.
If I ever get to meet him, I'm asking for his autograph as Tiggle
Bitties. That's fucking hysterical.
It's probably one of the best, like, little random facts about anyone.
Well, but I mean, like,
a fun fact.
What, like, do you guys remember watching that esports show on YouTube Red? What was it called?
Oh my gosh, Good Game.
Yeah, where they're just going on about, like,
Jeff would fit right in.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh shit, that actually is kind of rooted in a little bit of truth there.
A little bit.
I mean, dude, but I mean, as gamers, we select the dumbest names for ourselves ever. Like, really. But Tiggle Bitties is pretty fucking funny.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And I think they're probably the smelliest of the races.
No. Size does not denote odor. Because it's not like, they're not like fatter. They're just like overall bigger.
Be super racist. Which one of the Final Fantasy XIV races is the smelliest?
God, dude, hands down.
They're freaking potatoes.
Well, yeah, I'll second that. Lalafell,
Potatoes smell
probably.
so bad when you leave them in the sun.
With that important question out of the way, we are
swinging a mess right there.
And by the way, he doesn't bother to answer his own question, so he's not the racist, but the woman is.
I see.
If you're going to be racist, at least denoted or devote an entire segment to it.
Listen, I know that he's a vegan, but if he could go at least 10 seconds without virtue signaling, I think that would be really, really helpful to the flow of the show. Like, he's just like, I'm going to make my girlfriend look like a racist, so...
Here's the question we have to watch out for as we're listening to this. Which one's the whole?
Jesus.
Oh, my God. That's
you misidentified an RPMMO radio.
I did.
So maybe hold off your judgment a little bit, and let's see if we can nail this on the first try.
It's a dead heat right now.
It is. That's fair.
I'm gonna say, it's a dead heat right now. So.
All right, so that was basically the best of the opener. So
hang on, Tenchi Muyo in the chat. Women that do podcasts are just horrible to listen to. Listen, those are your words, not mine. I'm not saying whether I agree with you, but you're not wrong.
They're also Juxta's words.
Wait, what?
You say that all the time.
I have never said that at all. It's not something I wouldn't say, don't get me wrong, but I can't remember ever saying those exact words.
Hang on, I've got an idea.
What?
I've got an idea. Juxta, I've got a new podcast for you to host.
Oh my God. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Host?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be you and 3 women.
Are they smart ones?
Nope.
Why not?
Because.
Do you know 3 not
first
smart
of all,
women?
The smart ones wouldn't agree to do it, for one.
That's right.
Okay.
We're you know what? We're going to make the whole show.
You just have to show up. And
Juxta's our own hole. It's a humor hole. It's a different kind of hole, but it's a hole nonetheless.
Juxta's angels.
Yes. This is. Oh my God, we have to do this. 8 Tits Radio. I love it.
Oh, it's gonna be so bad.
They'll prove that women are equal to men. I'm serious.
All right, can we please listen to more They Talk, I Drink?
All right, well, let's get into everyone's favorite segment.
And it was just like the longest you've played kind of thing without sleep. So.
No. Well, with that housekeeping out of the way, it's time for everyone's favorite segment.
Oh no, wait, hang on.
I told you it was everyone's favorite segment.
No, you didn't say it right.
I didn't realize I was going to say it like this. This is like 3 weeks old. Everyone's favorite segment.
No, it's still, you're not doing it right.
Everyone's favorite segment?
No. I mean, he had a very specific emphasis there. Everyone's favorite segment.
I'm going to shoot myself.
It's the Greenleaf Minute.
Oh, God.
So this week I went a little selfish and I did a Greenleaf for myself.
What is a Greenleaf?
Oh, well, since now you want to know what a Greenleaf Minute is, Greenleaf Minute targets a very small segment of players who are newbies.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But are invested enough into the game to actually listen to nerds drone on about a video game.
So of the 41 people that download your podcast, this is for 5 of them?
That's being awfully generous.
I've been leveling my Black Mage, and I recently acquired a second chess piece that's the exact same eye level as the other one I have, and they're nearly identical.
How do I choose?
Black Mage, except for one stat. One has critical hit, while the other has direct hit. And I wanted to know, like, which is better and why. I've actually
No.
The pacing of this show, like, I'm just waiting for one sentence to be over and it just goes on and on and on. Why does he get to leave?
I don't know, but I need to refill my drink. That's too bad. Let's move on.
Dove into this yet, and critical hit and direct hit sounds really freaking similar, and so I figured
they both have the word
I'm
hit
wondering
in them.
this, I know I'm not the only person who is wondering this. So rather than make you guys go and look up like 6 to 8 different links, which is what I did,
just Google it.
That's what she ended up doing, but she had to go 6 or 7
times.
I mean, it's critical hit, direct hit. Those are very similar words.
You know what else you can do? in trade chat, say, hey, what's the difference between critical hit and direct hit? Now, people are going to make fun of you for it, but somebody's going to give you an answer.
No, instead, put it out on a fucking podcast to make yourself look like an idiot.
Do they do a Greenleaf Minute every episode?
Every episode.
Oh my gosh.
It's everyone's favorite segment.
All right, I have an idea to update this segment a little bit. Instead of being the Greenleaf Minute or whatever, you should call it stupid questions that everyone knows the fucking answers to.
How about this? How about the Greenleaf Minute is a minute's worth of you smoking pot, and then rapid fire you answer as many noob dumb questions that your girlfriend can throw at you.
That would be entertaining, I think.
Because I'm pretty sure that the dumb noob questions are unending from this woman. And if you were high enough, that would make this entertaining. Right?
That's a pretty...
See?
Drugs always equal entertainment.
I'm telling you, I know how to make... Listen, I know how to make good radio, okay? There's not a lot that I do good in this world. Radio is one of them, all right? So...
Hashtag failing podcast.
What I need you to do is, if you don't smoke pot, I need you to start smoking pot. Go and buy a bong. Learn how to do, like, don't just do regular hits. Do fucking dab hits where you're not even going to know which way is up. And then try to answer these fucking questions. Because there's no way to make these not inane and boring and embarrassing to listen to. That's the only way to do it.
And that's your Aniero Minute.
Just turn your show into Jackass. That's what you need to do.
Green Aniero Minute. All right, so I'm going to spare you the rest of that Greenleaf Minute.
Thank you.
Fucking God.
Because it goes on for 5 minutes.
Jesus.
Fuck.
And her, what she found out was item level. That's just the best part that's just the best stat to level up in. Leveling up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on. This is a really good clip.
Glorious shouting DPS, which I apologize for the clips, but as I mentioned before, whiskey.
What?
Well, thank you for that, Avi, because I was a little bit curious about that as well.
Oh, wait, I like this. Chili says that direct hit is foreplay, and you finish with critical hit.
Just kidding. I'm not going to fast forward through any of that.
First of all, if she's talking about chili, our chili.
That's our chili.
Why do you subject yourself to that? I thought better of you, bro. At least he taught her. Good job, Chili.
I was really hoping that we had moved on from that.
Yeah, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Jux is a
I'm
dick.
really mad at you.
Why would you think that we were going to move on?
Here, I want to play a new game, right? All right. So anytime,
Jesus Christ.
Boy,
I've got. This is a hammer.
It's a hammer for sure.
Hammer.
It's a real one.
Anytime that you lie, I'm gonna break a finger.
One of yours, right?
No,
that escalated quickly.
If you're saying we're moving on, move the fuck on. Have I made myself clear?
I think you nailed it.
Well, I didn't want to lie, so I can't keep my finger. So
that's how I finish. I just yell critical hit.
What the
fuck? I just got a peek into their bedroom life that I never ever wanted in my entire life. These people live together, right? Like,
yes.
You know,
they've known each other for a long time.
It would make more sense if they were one of those couples that like met and like they're together and married online, but they're never ever gonna meet because they have like, you know, sort of like minimum wage jobs that barely afford them any food, let alone a bus ticket across town.
Yeah. That's not this though. It doesn't sound.
Are you sure?
I mean,
you can tell they're recording in the same room together.
No.
So. Good audio quality. Jesus, put the hammer down.
Are you sure? Are you sure good audio quality? Are you sure about that?
I think that was an opinion.
Okay.
It's better than MMORP.
That's true.
All right, I'll give you that.
That's very true.
All right.
Well, thank you for that, Avi. And I totally forgot to read off new subscribers from last week. So I want
failed.
to
Nope, the podcast is done.
give
New
a shout out.
subscribers?
Yes, the podcast is done.
No, it's not.
What?
And they have to list off their subscribers.
To what?
To Twitch. They're Twitch subscribers.
What?
Every
How did they get partnered on Twitch?
Oh, well, everyone
gets partnered now.
Oh.
Well, I mean, they're affiliates, quote unquote. So everyone can give them money. So they list off all their subscribers. Let's hear them.
To Sargonas Megami and to Venjek. And I believe Venjek is a...
And that's it. That's the two? Those are the two.
I mean, let's find out.
Subscriber on that one, his second month.
Thank you. We do need to get you guys their custom emoji. I apologize. School for me ends tomorrow, at least for a few months, and then I'll be going back.
She's got this like whiny anime character quality to her voice.
Yes.
I mean, because that was genuine. I could tell that was like a genuine, like, I'm really sorry that I haven't gotten to it yet, but there was just this little moment of like you guys heard it? You guys picked up on it?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a little moment of weebiness that peeked out there.
Oh yeah. Can you put down the hammer?
No. I'm just gonna keep this. Keep this handy.
Don't worry, Evie. I'm sure that you're gonna go far with that history degree. Evie, whatever.
Okay.
The IT management specialist in the household.
And what else do you think we can do for subscribers, Avi? I have an idea in my mind, which they might have to convince you.
Where else do you have an idea? Exactly. Where else do ideas take place except in your mind?
In the bathroom?
I have an idea, but it's from my taint.
Jeez. Okay, to be fair, you can get lots of bad ideas from your penis.
That's true. You can get bad ball ideas.
Yeah.
That's true. But, I mean, I have an idea, and it's coming from my big toe.
And that doesn't happen very often.
No.
The only idea my big toe has is, hey, don't stub me next time.
Oh, I would think that it would be like, hey, stop eating meat so I don't get gout. I mean,
you're gonna go for it. But we have this big wall behind us. Maybe we can do like a subscriber wall and write their names on it.
It's a great idea for a podcast.
Yeah, and that's brilliant. A subscriber wall. Okay, all right.
Go.
No.
And we can fill up this whole wall.
No.
You know, anyone who donates $100 to us, I'm definitely going to embroider your name on Aniero's wall during the show.
Dude, we should have. That should have been a stipulation for the bet. That not only that whoever donated the most would get their name underneath the tattoo,
like inscribed.
Yeah.
You don't think he's already regretting that tattoo as much as he plays the game?
I mean,
how much do you regret that tattoo?
Not a lot. I mean, I didn't pay for it.
He can't see it.
And I don't see it, yeah. So, I mean, whatever.
How often do you forget that it's there, honestly?
Basically all the time.
When people ask you about it, do you actually tell them the truth, or do you like come up with a different story? Like, oh, yes, it's from a great tribe that my great-great-grandfather was part of, and it means black elk.
It means survivor, because I was a survivor of the Great Cataclysm.
Agent Esper says, we can ruin Aniero's wall? I never said this was for me. Why? This is for the shit show that we're listening to.
Well, Akalo said that he would inscribe the...
Yeah, because we don't have cameras and they'd never know.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
Oh.
You fucking idiot.
Dummy.
But what about Final Encounter Cast?
Not if I do it where there's not a camera pointing. Play the next one.
You can put a piece of paper over the wall and fill up the piece of paper.
You guys want your name on the wall. You need to mount a campaign.
No, we're going to hang our bikes there. We already talked about this.
Hang our bikes there? What are they, podcast out of their garage?
That's our bike hanging wall. You can't you can't put names in there.
Why are we listening to a couple fight?
That's what it is. It's Marriage the Podcast.
Did someone record these? Like, they know they're recording this, right?
Yeah, this is entertainment, man.
No, I mean,
this is where Juxta's gonna be with his lady in like probably tomorrow.
Well, it's like,
and tweet at Avi.
Don't do this shit to me in podcast. That wall is designated for use already.
Don't do this shit to me on podcast. This is I'm really glad that you selected this specific episode. Does this happen a lot on this show?
I mean, I can't say for certain because if I lie, you'll hammer me. So I haven't listened to too many of their podcasts.
How many have you listened to?
How many?
this one.
Was it just this one?
Probably like 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
Wow, lot further than.
Was this the best of the bunch or the worst of the bunch?
This is a pretty good one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're not being unfair then.
No.
All right.
He wants a hug at FanFest for his subscription. I will hug the fuck out of you, Chili. I'm such a good hugger. Pete, I have to make him give me good hugs. He doesn't understand the importance of good hugs, but I'm a super hugger.
Of course he doesn't. He's a vegan. What do you expect? They've got little buggy whip arms and...
That is the cringiest thing I've ever heard anybody say.
What's wrong with being a good hugger?
She's the type that carries around the free hug sign.
Hey, man.
To be fair, I think he's the type that does it. She's just jumping in and getting defensive because she doesn't want him to get hugs.
She's the kind of person who will come up behind you and glomp you.
Oh, my God. Oh, the douche chills. Ugh. All right. All right. I do want to move on because we've got other clips to listen to, not from She Heals, I Tank.
Yeah, we got a better show to tear apart.
And because we've got a special guest waiting to join us in for that. But let's get one more. I want to make sure that we get the cream of the crop for this show.
Pick your best clip.
So Juxta, I need you to go ahead and pick the top clip that you think is the best for She Heals, I Tank. And before we air it, I do want to thank She Heals, I Tank, because it does take a certain amount of balls to put yourself through the ringer. And so we do want to encourage other shows to
submit yourself.
Exactly, to submit for Juxtober. It does help. I mean, we've got the Let's Be Real podcast and we've got Limit Break Radio. So it doesn't really matter what the theme of your podcast is. We'll find a way to be able to fit it into Juxtober. But if you want to receive criticism, let's call it criticism. If you want us to receive criticism from the LBR folks, then you can submit your show to Juxtober. And so this is are you ready? Or Juxta?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You just tap dancing?
Yeah, I was just tap dancing for you to get ready. All right. So let's take a listen to. Do you want to set this clip up, or do you just want to go into it?
I think we should just let it play.
All right.
That she is.
So there's been some debate about what's happened to her. Has she just forgotten about everything, what she was,
Who's
about
she?
her past?
Yotsuya.
From the MSQ.
Okay.
You know, from the game we don't play?
Yeah, right. No,
Right.
I get you. Okay. Now I know.
And she's just learning everything new again? Has she suffered brain damage where she's just a fucking 2-year-old?
Oh shit, I didn't think any of that.
What did you think?
She's just I lost.
Oh, I didn't get that at all.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Her takeaway from the 2 scenes that we got with Yotsuya was just that she's I just accept that I lost.
Yeah.
Really?
Yotsuya, look, what in Yotsuya's character arc tells you that she's not a good sport?
Okay, look, she had a building collapse on her. How do you come back from that? It's okay, you win. I didn't win that. A house fell on me. You win.
She's either amnesia'd or she's a fucking orange and doesn't know anything. Just eating sweetbread for the rest of her life.
All right. I figured it was fuck it, I lost. Sweetbread?
All right, so
what?
The girl's the hole.
Oh my God! Yes,
girl's the hole.
We have identified the hole. We have identified.
And I'd also like to rescind my joke about her going to get a history degree. She's definitely an art degree.
Anthropology degree. I'm just trying to think of things that are useless.
But you have to be smart to do that.
No,
stuff.
you don't. No, you don't.
You just got dig in the dirt.
The Flood got a degree in anthropology.
Okay, anthropology it is.
Yeah.
Really?
She's gonna...
Yeah. After switch. By the way, after switching majors 4 times.
What the fuck?
Yeah. What do you do with a degree in anthropology?
Be homeless and unemployed?
That's pretty much what she did for a couple of years.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I do the same thing with my acting degree, but at least I have talent.
I mean, did you ever finish your acting degree, to be fair?
That's fair. I did not.
No. She actually did. So.
Wow.
You're doing better than she is.
Hell yeah, I am.
Pay the piper at some point. Like, someone's going to recognize her.
Yeah, but you enjoy what little bit of time you have until then. Why are you going to just sulk? I can enjoy your sweetbreads until you do.
They've definitely already set up for Dola for a redemption.
Wait, hang on. I just love how he just plows right over that. He's just like, nope, we can't even acknowledge. That was so dumb that I can't. Like, and the thing, and here's the thing. I've done a podcast with my girlfriend. You can't call her a fucking idiot on the air. You can't.
You do it to this one.
The thing is, well, I'm doing it right now because I don't have to try to sleep with her later. Okay? I used to do that. I used to do that and then fear for my life that she would stab me with scissors while I slept. Now, by the way, this is not like trying to fuck her or anything anymore. I would just fear for my life when I slept. That's all. That's what I mean when I say trying to sleep with her.
So you had moved past the, I better not say anything mean because then I can't have sex, to I better not say anything mean or else I won't have a good night of sleep.
I completely did not care about the sex anymore. It was it was almost a sexless relationship at that point. When we were doing a show together. Now people know who the fuck I'm talking about. But when we were trying to do a show, and to be fair, we weren't trying to do a show together. I was trying to do a show with two of my friends, and she was trying to jump on it like Lucille Ball in I Love Lucy. Like, Ricky, I want to be a part of the show. Shut up. Fucking idiot. Like, and the thing is that, yeah, no, when you say that, like, when you start calling her out on her dumbness that she's projecting out to other people, yeah, the sex goes away really quickly. I was completely prepared to lose the sex. I was not prepared to fear for my own life when I slept. That's the part that I didn't know I was signing up for, because she would just stand there and stare at me.
So I would like to thank She Heals iTank for bringing us this special look into Aniero's past.
That's right.
It got real.
Aniero was afraid at one point.
Do you think we see any sort of thing for Yotsuya?
Just color
Yotsuya?
Yo-Yo-Suyu? No, just Yo-Yo. I can't. Oh, that doesn't good for me to do.
Yes, just mumble some more, because that comes across really well to your audience.
But I don't think we should, because getting redemption for her character is very in line with this game and with the previous storylines we've received, but I don't believe she deserves it.
So wait a minute. She just wants Square Enix to show the last thing of this character. Hey, let's go buy some donuts, and that's it.
Sweet bread.
That's how she's got to. You know what? I believe if she had any voice acted lines, like, that's exactly how she would sound. Like, she got the building knocked her retarded.
And now, what's his face? What's the big Gulka human's name?
Donuts.
Gosetsu.
Yeah. So now Gosetsu's just like, yes, yo, we're gonna get you some fucking donuts.
Donuts. I want donuts.
Oh my God.
Like I want one more cutscene with them. If fine, I'm gonna go with her line of thinking. I want one more cutscene with them, but she's on one of those body harness leashes and has like a kickboxing helmet on. Like, her face is all smeared with chocolate, and she's just like, donuts! I want donuts! I want donuts! I want donuts! It's gotta be the last voice actor. And just like, Square Enix, you can go ahead and just use my voiceover lines for that too.
Free of charge.
You can just take it from this podcast. Donuts! I love donuts! Because that's exactly how she should sound. Yeah, that's exactly what Square Enix is going to do. They're never going to revisit that plot line ever.
In fact, I'm going to go a little bit. God. I'm going to go a little bit further and say to Vegan Pete, you may also take that voice line and dub it over everything that your wife or girlfriend says, and automatically have a better podcast.
God,
I'm calling her Suyu, Tsuyu.
Why are we back on?
Yeah, can we stop? Can we get our guest in here? He's 10 minutes. He's 10 minutes overdue.
You know,
is it building towards anything, or are they just going to argue about the way that you say her name?
Just argue.
Okay, turn it off. Turn it off.
Really, just jabbering for how much longer is that clip? Like another 5 minutes?
Another 5 or 10 seconds.
Oh, well, just finish the clip.
Finish it?
Yeah.
such a good incognito name. No one will ever figure it out.
Never.
And then the last scene we get.
That was it.
Oh, okay. Wow. At least there was a good payoff there. At least there was a good joke.
Was there?
No. Our payoff was good.
I would have taken a Bill Clinton joke at the end of that.
I remember that.
Would a Bill Clinton joke have even worked?
It still would have been better than what it was.
Who made that? Was that RPMMO Radio?
That was RPMMO Radio.
You guys, come on now. All right, let's bring on our guest. Is our guest on the line?
Yeah, he should be here.
Hey, all right. So joining us now is Fusion X of Gamer Escape. What's going on, Fusion?
Yeah, what's going on?
So here's the thing. When we talked about doing Juxtober for the first time, we said that, you know, when we got to the end of it, we would Juxtober one of our own pieces of audio. And there was a lot of different suggestions that were floated around, including you know, like maybe some audio of me from high school, or, you know, like one of the 11
the 1.0 days.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
LBR 1.0.
The LBR 1.0 days.
Season 1.
What we settled on was actually, we thought that it would be fun to go back and look at one of the early FF14, speaking of 1.0, one of the early FF14 shows that was put out there, which was Aetheryte Radio. And
the very first one.
That's right. And Fusion X is joining us here today because he's going to help us Juxtober it. He's going to Juxtober it with us because technically this is your content. So,
you know, it's true, but at the same time, when we did this first episode, actually for the first handful of episodes, you were the one hosting. You were first, Mike.
I know.
So
yeah.
So this is all you here.
That's right. And I think I was in charge of making all of the intros and the imaging, and we were trying to do like the shoutcast at that time. Like there was a lot of ambitious projects that were going on.
The important thing is that I wasn't there, so this is all on them.
Not on the pilot, but you were what, episode 2 or 3? I think we brought you on.
I was.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't play 1.0.
And well, but this was remember, this is not even 1.0 release. This was like on the announcement.
Yeah, this is the announcement trailer.
I don't remember doing Aetheryte Radio at all.
Yeah, you were on the episode where we either I forget. I think we got races and Leave Quest info at the same time. I think it was that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I blocked that out of my mind completely.
Yeah. So, and we had done a limit breaking news on, I think, the E3 announcement. And then, so let's just give a little bit of history and a little bit of context, right? So we're Fusion at the time. You're working on Pet Food Alpha. I was working with these guys on Limit Break Radio, and we got the announcement. We had known that Project Rapture was in development for a long time, right? And and we talked a lot about that on our respective shows, and then we got a confirmation at E3 that, and it was, I think, E3 2009.
2009. That's right.
Wow. I don't know where I conjured that from, but E3 2009 was the announcement trailer, and in the wake of that announcement trailer for FF14, you and I had joined forces to do Aetheryte Radio, and all actually the three. There was Ganyman, who was also involved with the FF11 wiki.
You guys are like the FF11 Illuminati.
It sort of was, right? Like it was, yeah, we had kind of like combined all of these efforts into one thing. And that was the launch of Aetheryte Radio, and at the time, as we called it, Orzopedia.
Because who knows how Japanese words are supposed to be pronounced.
I mean, to be fair, they were not telling us how to pronounce it, so.
Yeah, it was really funny because I was talking with Ganyman and Gahu from FFXIV, and they're like, we would love to do like a news element, right, on some new 14 site. I remember being on like IRC chat, right? That's how long ago that was. We were in IRC chat watching E3, and this thing pops up, and then like 5 minutes after the trailer goes live, Ganyman's like, okay, I got the URL like purchased, so we're good to go. And then you messaged me like the next day or a couple days later, and you're like, we should do a podcast thing. And I was like, I'm already working with the wiki guys, like, come on over. And that's how it happened.
Yeah, that is.
And then everybody flaked and fizzled out because 1.0 was 1.0.
That is very true. That is very true. But yes, that was kind of the goal, was to try to make a bit more of like a super site for
the one-stop shop is what
you guys were trying to be the Voltron of FF14, and it was just retarded.
Well, I think it was just way more ambitious than, I think our project was more ambitious than 1.0 was. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
That's probably fair.
But yeah, so that led eventually to Aetheryte Radio. We actually had announced it at Yomicon. At our panel.
Geez.
Remember that? Yeah, we had kind of outlined our whole plan for the Aetheryte Radio network, and yeah,
we had like 5 or 6 shows planned or something.
We did, yeah, because we had like a news show that was like just headlines. We had the main show. We had the community show. We had the role play show,
another show that was going to be like an actual like in character skit kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
we were talking about doing video, and like none of that happened.
If Square Enix actually brought you guys on to help plan content, 1.0 might have succeeded.
I know, right? Like it was definitely ambitious. So that led to the very first episode of Aetheryte Radio from Orzopedia. So Juxta, do you have clips queued up of this?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have the opener? Do you have the intro?
Of course I have the opener.
All right, because I want to hear my own handiwork.
All right.
All right.
You're listening to Aetheryte Radio,
the official podcast from Orzopedia.com.
Orzopedia
for Final Fantasy XIV. And now your hosts for Aetheryte Radio, Aniero, Chinchilla, and Fusion X.
Man, that was, hang on, pause this real quick. That was actually one of the things about doing the early Aetheryte Radio episodes, was that like I would change the intro every time there was someone different on.
Oh, honey.
Right? And then sometime after that you realize, wait a minute, this is work. And you just scrap that whole bit.
It was a fucking pain in the dick. All right.
You must not have learned your lesson, because for a while you were changing voice lines on our intro.
Well, I tried to make it more modular, and the thing is that I was never having to record a new one. I was like with Limit Break Radio, it's always just someone who's gone, so I just moved that section out. This was a little bit different because, we would have different people on every time, and it was just like, oh, Jesus, this is getting...
We had no, like, solid host structure. It was basically like, okay, who from PFA and LBR is around and wants to talk about 14?
Yeah, kind of.
And then we kind of grabbed whoever.
Nika did some initial early appearances on the show as well.
I think she stuck around a little longer than a lot of people did. I think I was browsing the episode list, and I think she was on like 20 something, and I think that's right around when everybody started to kind of fizzle out.
Well, to be fair, she's not the smartest, so
I remember nothing about this show, by the way.
You blocked it out too, huh?
I do. I had found the intro not that long ago, but I remember nothing about this show. I remember nothing about how I hosted it, how I tried to present myself.
Can I spoil it? It was really bad.
Is it?
It's really bad.
Okay. All right. Let's...
Hello, you're listening to Aetheryte Radio, the official podcast from Orzopedia.com.
Is that Aniero?
Why is
Aniero?
Why
and that's Aniero after like the 5th time of trying to do that intro.
Oh, that's normal. That's fucking normal, by the way. No, but why do I sound like I'm doing a Steve Urkel impression?
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that your balls must have dropped by then, right?
Yeah.
Apparently not.
My voice, dude, my voice is like several octaves lower than that now.
Yeah, thankfully.
Oh, Jesus.
We're a podcast devoted to bringing you the latest and most up-to-date information on Final Fantasy XIV.
It's so goofy.
Yeah. Did you like speed it up a little bit or something? Like,
yeah,
we'd be like the chipmunks, man.
I swear to God, I like this show was not recorded that long ago.
This was 8 years ago, bro.
I was gonna say.
Oh shit, really?
Oh shit.
Were you on helium or something?
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, we're old now.
Oh,
we're so old.
Fuck.
So how old did that make you? 22?
I mean, 8 years ago? No, that would have been 25.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You're old.
Yeah. Wow. I'm 33 right now.
Dang.
Yeah. It's not
Being
fun.
that this is our first episode, there's something I feel like I should explain to you. We are a collection of podcasters from Final Fantasy XI come together to bring you the latest and most up-to-date information on Final Fantasy XIV.
Wait. What the fuck? Holy shit. I sound so uncomfortable.
Angry Gamer Aaron says, is this Aniero pre-drugs?
No, I was getting high as often as I do now.
Have you
probably more?
Have you maybe been hitting the hard stuff recently?
I mean, what like
you're like classify hard stuff.
What do you like meth? Like, is that what you're trying to imply? Because I'm not doing meth anymore.
Okay. Oh man,
I'm just kidding. I was taking Adderall for a while.
Super Mooney. Mr. Happy, is that you?
Joining me are Fusion X and Chinchilla from Pet Food Alpha. Now, again, being that this is a podcast, something that is really important.
Why are my peas popping so goddamn much?
So awful.
It's distracting.
Like, do you even podcast, bro?
Fusion, why didn't you tell me that this was so bad? I'm holding you
look,
responsible.
in my defense, at the time, you knew way more about this shit than I did. So this was all you. This was like editing and all. This was you.
Okay,
I know.
Quick, I want to break down what Fusion just said there. At the time, you knew more about this than he does. But now, now Fusion knows more about it.
Okay, so poor choice of words, but you get where I was going with that.
Yeah, that I think this is with my old mic, actually.
You think it's the mic's fault?
Well, I mean, for
that,
blame it on the mic.
For popping the peas,
okay.
For sure. Because I never had.
What about the 7-year-old voice?
Oh, you mean the one up here?
Yeah.
That one I can't actually account for that one. I don't know why.
Scary sounding.
I don't know why I'm talking like Steve Urkel.
Oh my gosh!
Seriously.
Interaction and interactivity, and we've set up a bunch of ways that you can get a hold of us and interact with the show.
The easiest way to interact with this.
How is it? Hang on! Stop!
Fusion sounds like a man.
Fusion, how do you sound like you're talking from a goddamn time capsule? Your voice hasn't changed an iota in 8 years.
I guess I'm just good like that. I don't know.
He's not doing the meth.
I hang on. Hang on. I need to know the secret to your vocal consistency, okay?
If I knew what it was, I would definitely let you know and charge you for the information, but I have no idea.
You don't like what are you gargling on a regular basis?
I just drink a shitload of Mountain Dew
and dicks.
That's all I do.
Mostly dicks.
Oh man.
That reminds me, I left that $5 on the table for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Overall is via email, and you can do that by emailing us at podcast@orzopedia.com.
I swear to God, if you talked, I wouldn't even know which like it's obvious to tell if it's the recording or if it's me talking right now, but it is eerie how close it is to your current voice. That is fucking weird. That is so weird. All right,
we'll have forums set up on the Orzopedia forums. We'll have a podcast section. We'll have a place for episode posts where you can comment on.
Fucking, why did we ever do forums?
Oh my God, terrible idea. Terrible.
Fusion.
Well, in our defense, like when we had the forums, like Reddit really wasn't as popular as it was.
True.
At the time, we didn't even have like the really god awful like alpha and beta forums yet.
True.
Like back then, people still used forums, and they actually we had a fairly lively forum section for a couple of years.
Well, I know. Limit Break Radio had a forum section that was
hell.
That's the thing, is that I mean, after did Pet Food Alpha have forums back in the day? I think you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You totally did.
Why would you ever want to go back to doing that again? That was like,
did you think it was fun?
That was like when we decided to do the FF14 Limit Break Radio, we were like, that's the first fucking thing to go. We had no desire to want to do that shit anymore.
Well, I mean, part of the benefit too was, I mean, coming from that FFXiv background too, they had forums. I mean, those forums are actually still going, I think. But it's one of those things where it's like they already had like mods and stuff in place, so I never really needed to worry about like the management of it. So it's just kind of like, all right, we have this thing. I'll post on occasion, but I don't really have to worry about it, which was like the greatest thing ever.
Does Gamerscape still have forums?
No, we nuked them.
Oh, good.
Nobody used them.
The forums.
That's the smartest thing you've ever done.
Well, again, I mean, Fusion actually said it a minute ago. Like, once you have Reddit, like, why?
Nobody used them. Everybody's either complaining on the official forums or downvoting like weird, crazy posts on
LBR.
Reddit. Like, that's just
downvoting LBR.
That's where we are in the world right now.
Ragan says, "Fucking forums. We should shut them all down."
No, not yours. We need to get the top posts in April.
That's right.
We will also have a feedback forum, so if you have any suggestions for the show, that's where you can send them if you don't want to do it via
Fusion,
email.
you are boring.
Dude,
this is
so many people came to that feedback forum in our initial forum thread for this episode, and we're so pissed that we did an episode because they're like, why don't you give other people a chance? And then this one person I remember, they're like, why did you name it like Aetheryte Radio? Like, I wanted to make something with like Aetheryte in it. And it's like, then you should have. Like, what? Yeah. It's not my fault.
Right.
The first millennials.
I forgot about this shit. I forgot about the people who were coming in and complaining that like, oh yeah, why wouldn't you just get somebody else to do it? Well, because we have an active interest in the fucking game, you dipshit.
Yeah,
we
like,
do it better.
It's our fault. They're angry at us for doing a 14 podcast. I'm like, it's a natural progression. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Why are these podcasters making another podcast?
Yeah, pretty much.
People that like 11 also want to like the next MMO? Absurd.
They didn't, but they wanted to.
How insane is that? Like,
it's crazy.
Like, just trace the thought of that idea back for just a half a second. And just like what I wish that the fucking post still existed so that we could go and read some of the shit.
Oh, jeez.
Because I do remember this now that you're saying it. I do remember that. Like, there were people who were pissed that we decided to host it. There were people that were pissed that we chose the name Aetheryte Radio. There were people that were pissed that we tied ourselves to a wiki. There were people that were pissed that oh god, what else was there? I remember there was a ton of backlash around this first episode, and we were like, why?
You were seeing the rise of
with a new game. I think everybody wanted to try it and jump on the bandwagon, but we beat them to it.
But again, like, look, man.
Yeah.
I said this about Mr. Happy's channel. I think it was last week or the week before. But I think like the most damage that ever did, because it is a very useful tool to be able to figure out how this game works. But the most damage that it ever did was making everyone feel as if they had to try to keep pace with Mr. Happy, or they wanted to try to outdo Mr. Happy. And it's like, fucking no. Like, first of all, the pace that he clears content at is fine for him, and he, that's how he drives his content, and that's all good. But like the fact that people felt like they had to keep up with streamers who were playing FF14,
at like the top of the level,
like sometimes 8 hours a day. Like, I feel like games are not structured to be able to spend that much time in anymore. And the fact that we would hold someone to account for that, because people try to hold Happy to account to that all the time, unfairly, by the way, that, is that part of it is just insane. Like, that part of the equation is just insane. And so not everyone who makes content needs to be able to clear it at, even in the first or second wave, or even at all. We've been doing this show for 4 years, 5 years, whatever it is now. And you know what I mean? Like, we don't clear endgame content except for Nika, and we don't really fucking care about it. And it doesn't detract from what this show is. And so, like, all of those expectations that people put on you when you're putting something out there for the first time are just fucking crazy.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, it also depends on what kind of show you have. Like, Like, if you were like going to be like this big endgame discussion show, then yeah, like I could see why people would get pissy when they're looking at your lodestone achievements. They're like, you haven't beat Twintania, you have no right to talk about Coil. You know, like I remember that stuff when you guys were doing LBR. Like, people were bashing on you for that kind of shit, and it's like, yeah, but we can still talk about it even if we haven't beaten it. Like, we can still have a decent discussion about stuff. It's not like, well, I went in and it was difficult and then we beat it.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
right.
Exactly.
It's like, that's
stupid.
Like, we're making like boob jokes about Nail. Like, come on, dude. Why is the expectation that we need to have like you can't make that boob joke unless you have all the context for every iota of that cutscene.
If you haven't seen the boobs up close and in person,
you can't make that joke if you haven't read the Encyclopedia Eorzea.
Yeah, I think people, and especially like for us, right? We've been around for a long ass time,
right?
And so I think they hold us, they hold Mr. Happy, they hold all these other popular streamers or content creators to this high standard. Like, you have to know everything like inside and out, otherwise, like, you're terrible and like no one should listen to you. And it's like, yeah, but you got to realize there's a lot of other areas of like information like in this game.
True.
Like, we can talk about interviews or like hands-on or just lore or something like that. We don't need to be like hardcore like I'm like top 10th percentile. Like, it doesn't matter.
And you can just be entertaining too. Like, you can just be
right.
Again, we don't try that hard. We make dumb dick and fart jokes. Like, it's pretty low hanging fruit, all things considered.
All right, you shitty Juxtoberers. What the fuck are you talking about?
All right.
Jesus Christ.
All right, we have more clips.
Yeah, we have tons more. We're in fucking number 1. We have 7.
Sorry.
The show, grows and expands. We may add more areas to the forums, but for now, it's pretty basic. We are part of Orzopedia, so there's a lot of other sections in the.
I was not the only one saying Orzopedia. Thank God.
No, and we had talked about this several times.
Oh, we had,
and I can't remember. There was at one point where we finally made like the cutoff. It's like, is it Orzopedia or is it Orzopedia? Like, what the hell is it? And in all honesty, I think Orzopedia sounds a lot better than Orzeapedia would have. Like, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Yeah.
And so at that point, we were just kind of like, whatever. We'll go with that.
Forums and email is the best way to get a hold of us.
Absolutely. So we're here to talk about Final Fantasy XIV.
All right.
Oh, that was clip 1.
That's your opener. That was 2 minutes.
Wow. Jesus.
It took 2 minutes to say Final Fantasy 14. Because clearly the Orzeopedia forums are much more important than the fucking game.
And the fact that we're podcasters.
Yeah, that's a very important fact.
Well, there was no game. We were talking.
Rumors.
Yeah, we didn't have a game to talk about.
We had an amazing amount of episodes where there actually wasn't a release. It was like some Japanese magazine, like, posted a thing in their article like talking about guild leaves. Let's spend 2.5 hours talking about guild leaves. Like, it's the greatest thing ever.
Little did you guys know that it was preparing you for what we do now on LBR.
And the best part was too, it's like, I think at some point in that episode too, somebody's like, this just kind of sounds like a normal like fetch quest system, but we're like, no, like,
it's gonna be so much better. Yeah, no, and we were all wrong.
So naive.
All right, you shitheads, let's take a listen to them.
That's the other podcast.
Rumors were coming out like, oh, it's 11-2. They've said that 14 takes place in a completely new world. The only connection that it has is that you can actually recreate your character from 11 if you so choose.
Yes.
That way you still kind of feel like you have like, you're still connected in sense to your avatar. But that's it. That's the only kind of connection that 14 has to Vana'diel or 11.
That ended up not being true.
Not so true anymore.
Yeah, no, not necessarily categorically.
Thanks to Ahura.
Yeah, right,
that
exactly.
Bitch.
Well, and Shantoto.
That one too.
Yeah. The two stupid bitches.
Stupid bitches.
Fun fact, and I thought this was really interesting. During one of the interviews at E3, Hiromichi Tanaka, who is the producer of 11 and also 14,
I remember this,
said that originally they wanted to put a door in the Mog House that would allow you to exit into Heidelin, which is the world that 14 takes place in.
Yeah, right. Like that was ever. Hang on.
Everybody's PS2 just melts.
Listen, Tanaka, bruh. What the fuck were you thinking?
That's not how video games work.
Well, but I mean, like, what was the plan? That they were going to do a PS3 port of FF11? Like, how was he going to make that happen? How is he going to make that work exactly?
Magic.
No, fucking stop it. The only possibilities are that FF14 ran through Play Online,
which they confirmed was not going to happen in this like interview thing.
No, they talked about it. They actually early on they talked about integrating Play Online friends list stuff.
How the fuck would this have worked? How would this have worked?
You just click on this like little door, and then it opens up another program.
Launches the other game.
Yeah.
I want. Can it be like a miniature door, like an Alice in Wonderland door?
There you go.
There you go.
Which is kind of interesting, and it's kind of weird because I was actually I was playing Final Fantasy VII the other day, and there was this part where there was, I forget the town, it was like Mediel or something. There's like a door painted on the wall, and you try and open it, and the guy's like, oh, it's just painted on the, it's not a real door, but I'm hoping that someday that that door can take you to another world. I'm like, I've heard this somewhere before.
Yeah.
Like, that's really, I saw that, I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Fusion, you use so many qualifiers. Like, I want to tell you about this really weird, interesting thing that's actually super boring.
You don't understand, dude. It was a door, and it was painted on the wall.
Oh my gosh!
I don't even remember this.
I don't remember that part. No, I remember the door thing with Tanaka talking about the door. I don't remember that thing I talked about after that.
Yeah, I don't know where. Yeah, you went off into some weird area there.
I pull crap out of everywhere.
Last but not least, the last city state mentioned.
All right, so this is them talking. You guys are just finishing up talking about the new city states. That was released. The information. There's a lot of information about Limsa, but basically nothing about anything else. So that's good.
Well, that was the only city that they had programmed. Remember that the fucking beta for 1.0 only took place in Limsa.
This is way before the beta.
To be fair, that was a smart idea because it was basically an island.
I mean, yeah, no, it actually was a really smart idea, the way that they had just pretty much let you roam around Lenosia. But, I mean, I think, like, at that point, they didn't even have the other nations programmed.
Well, no, not programmed, but I'm sure they had the lore. So.
I was going to say, yeah, they should have at least had lore to release, even if it wasn't programmed into this game itself.
Is Alamigo, which is located in the north of Orzea. It was destroyed by the Garlean Empire 15 years ago. It was considered to be the most powerful out of the 6 Orzean city-states. It's like Tabnazia all over again, man.
And in the 8 years that this game is going to be around, you're never going to be able to set foot in it.
I still feel like that's true. In a way, because
no. Square Enix specifically set out with Stormblood to prove me wrong on our very first episode of Aetheryte Radio, where they're like, you're not going to actually get to go to this city, not in the way that you want to, but you'll step foot inside.
You did step foot inside.
You're fucking assholes. You assholes.
Square Enix 1, Aniero 0.
How fucking... They're like, well, you could go to the throne room and it'll be a dungeon, and you can go to like part of it.
These super empty streets that we'll claim are actually part of the city.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Square Enix did this to spite me because
the best part about this is like initial batch of information. This was like bare bones stuff that we had for this episode.
I know, and they were so excited, and they listened to our episode, and even though we were being
8 years
really
later,
nice
we finally did.
They heard that comment, and they were like, "No, fuck you, Aniero. We're gonna fuck you out of that plan." And like. It'll take 8 years to pull off, but we'll get there. We'll fucking get there. And then year 8, here we go. We get to step foot. Ha! Proved you wrong.
Yoshi's gonna hear this episode and like do a fist pump in his office. Got him.
Yoshi wasn't even there. That was Tanaka. This has been the long con from Tanaka the whole fucking time.
You're just doing this to spite me.
That's fair, right? Tanaka somewhere in like a villa is just sitting there, and he's gonna be like, got him. Awesome.
I'm reading this, I'm like, you're never gonna you'll see it on a cliff or something, and that'll be it. Like, oh man, they're doing it to me again.
Oh, you got me.
But
you fools.
Yeah, it's like, man, after the fall of Alamigo, the nation's kind of.
You like the little fade out I did there? There was a little bit of audiomancer there.
Wow, yeah.
Self-taught.
Nero's really rubbing off on you, huh?
Hashtag self-taught.
Yeah, awesome. That's cool. That's really great.
I'm sad that... Do you want to hear my fade out I did?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Did you just do it on the one?
I think I only did it on one.
Because it was too hard to replicate?
No, because I didn't need it on the other ones.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to play it again when Aniero puts his headphones on so we can hear it. Come on, you ready for it?
Why are you doing this?
After the fall of Alamigo, the nation's kind of.
There you go. There you go. That was pretty good, huh? You're welcome. All right, so
it's so great.
You proud, Daddy?
He's showing me a fade. What am I supposed to say?
I made that fade.
That you can literally do the same thing with the volume control on VLC.
Play the next clip. That's probably what he did.
I mean, no, that's not true at all. All right, so this is just on the cusp of Final Fantasy 11. So people were still playing Final Fantasy 11, and I don't know.
No. This was still
this is still
deep into FF11,
right? And I
think this is Wings era, or is this Abyssia era?
This was like right in between or Abyssia.
If I was still playing, it was before Abyssia.
Okay,
yeah, I think it was before Abyssia, because Fusion talks about his Moblin Mazemonger exploit.
Oh Jesus, that would have been Wings.
Yep.
That was Wings, yeah.
My cave conservation chest, the last time I did that, I got a belt with like -2 defense. Like, what?
Why would you ever?
That's effective.
Like, what?
That was working time.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, the one I got in the regular chest was better than the one that was supposed to be, like, I don't know.
Equip it with some Dark Knight JSE and just get hit a bunch.
Stop talking, Aniero.
Why?
Because it's jarring.
Is it weird to have my voice up for like 3 octaves?
You sound like the Muppet.
Now you are the Muppet.
That's what it's for.
Suicide
Just
gear.
Forgets.
It's for making Dark Knight LOL YouTube videos or something. Like,
watch me at 75 get one. Exactly. Watch me at 75 get one-shotted by a clipper into.
I wonder if like anyone's ever done that. See how fast like their Dark Knight can die.
That was a swing and a miss at a joke right there. Oh, boo! I have to boo myself. That was so fucking awful.
All of this.
What a terrible joke.
Fusion, why haven't you taken this off the internet yet?
Seriously, we were able to download this. I thought I would have to give it to him off my hard drive.
Why would you still have it?
I mean, I keep everything that I make.
Have contest and race.
Great. Now I got to go find out.
They just die in about a second anyway.
Watch me die to bubbly birdie.
Yeah.
Stop making the. God damn it!
Maybe it'll work.
Listen, past Aniero, stop doing this. It wasn't funny the first time. You've tried to go back to the well 4 times. Stop.
It'll be funny this time.
No, it won't.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny the first time.
Gallant CP now 44 minutes later says, "Oh my god, I think I used to listen to this shit." He blocked it out too.
Ugh.
All right, so this next clip, that
was the end of the clip?
That was the clip.
Thank God.
I just want you to know how long you stuck to that joke.
Wait, he goes even further with it?
No.
Okay.
That's pretty much.
That was at least 45 seconds longer than I should have stuck with it.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you weren't the one that like it started for me talking about a belt. Like, what the fuck?
I'm sure that was like at least vaguely relevant to the point.
Oh, I hope so.
It really was.
Look, I still stick by the guns that Fusion's comedy career peaked with the ass box. All downhill from there.
Yeah, that's why when anyone recognizes me, they're like, "Oh, you're Fujix from LBR." It's because of that. It's because of the ass box.
The ass box, to be fair, was pretty fucking hysterical. Even going back and listening to it now, like,
it's good shit.
Yeah, no, like that was legit a very funny moment. So, unlike any of these moments, what the fuck?
Angry Gamer Aaron is embarrassed for you.
You should be.
I just love all the chemistry that you, Chinchilla, and Fusion have together.
Oh yeah, Chinchilla's there.
I haven't heard Chinchilla yet.
No, we just heard her in that last clip.
She talked a little bit.
Yeah, she was like, "LOL, Dark Knight JSE."
Yeah, I think we had a chuckle earlier, but yeah, she hasn't really been in these.
Oh, she's coming. Don't worry.
Uh-oh.
And I think it remains to be said that this is definitely not the only system that we're going to see out of this game.
This is talking about the guild leave system, by the way.
Son of a bitch.
This is from the first batch of episodes. This isn't just the first episode.
And this is very episode number 1, bro.
Was it really?
This is episode number fucking 1.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. That's right.
Of course I'm right. I fucking did all this shit.
I was looking. I actually found the outline for this. So I'm looking at the outline. Yeah.
Oh my god. And you sit here and make fun of me for keeping episodes?
Bullet point on this outline. Looking for ways to move windows around. What? Apparently they were really working on that UI, and they're like, man, it'd be cool if we could move windows around.
Jesus Christ.
How did we not know this game was in trouble? How did we have no idea? How is it? We got it?
You know why? It's because you guys had your Square Enix's dick so far down your mouth that you couldn't even fucking breathe.
I mean, that may be right.
Yeah, it is right.
You know, this is definitely going to be a big foundation. But at some point, there's going to be, something like salvage or, something like Dynamis. That's a lot more extended and designed for a more serious player. I mean, looking at the development for 11, if there's one thing that Square Enix does really, really well, and I mean really, really well, it's their endgame content.
Son of a bitch! God damn it! Oh God! No, come. You found only the clips that make me look like the biggest jackass, didn't you?
No.
If you want, Justin, you can totally clip that and use it on the soundboard if you want.
Son of a bitch.
That's gold.
I mean, to be fair, at the time, that was the thing that they did really well.
They did it really well. I mean, it was really good.
Dick. Nero, terrible at predicting stuff. He's no Juxtodamus.
But I you know what I'm really good at? I'm really good at throwing balls at Juxta's face. By the way,
Gamer Escape.
Yes,
ball.
I've got the Gamer Escape stress ball here. Fusion.
Are you stressed out right now?
No, I'm not. But you need to know that I whipped that motherfucker at his face, and that loud slap that you heard was that ball hitting his big old cheek. Oh my God!
Nobody wants to make an extra dick joke on top of that.
Listen, it's incumbent in the phrasing. You're not going to be able to dig that one out.
Hands down. The experience from 1 to 75 is pretty much a grind, and then when you get to 75, there's all of these things that you can do.
You get to the end, and it's like this whole new thing.
It's like in 11, you don't enjoy. Well, you enjoy the game, obviously, leveling up. You learn a lot of stuff. You do the missions and stuff like that. But I think to the majority of people that play 11, the end game is where it's at. It was like
totally.
That was real fucking insightful, Chinchilla. Thank you.
I think for those that didn't play 11, I think it's extremely important to note that at this point, 11 had a level cap of 75 for years.
Oh yeah,
they didn't have item level stuff, so it was all about this new content has what piece of gear that's just a little bit better, and it takes so long to get. The grind was crazy for this stuff. So it's completely different from now, where it's every 2 months, 2 or 3 months, you have a whole new gear set you need to get.
Yeah, but at the same time, though,
so the whole game was end game,
right? Well, it was an entirely different game when you got to end game, and that's one of the things about horizontal progression is that it was, for some players, very satisfying. The loot grind was very satisfying, but it did take a large time investment to be able to even attempt a lot of that stuff. So yeah, that's very that's very apt. At the same time, was Chinchilla I feel like Chinchilla was about this far away from her microphone when she was saying that. Why? I don't know. Why was she so? Why did she? There was so much background noise when she was talking.
I don't know, man. Why didn't you edit it out?
Why didn't you audio man see it?
I was only a level 5 audiomancer at this point.
Someone said earlier you were sprout level.
Sprout level audiomancy. That's probably true. All right, let's.
All right, so this next clip.
Okay.
It takes a little bit of setup, but I just want you to know that this whole like little discussion that is had is from Square Enix with this quote: "When you change your weapon, it will change your outward appearance."
Oh Lord,
Jesus. Okay.
I think when they mean appearance too, they don't mean your general armor. I think they mean like in 11, you know, if you don't have any equipment on, you have a set look depending on your race.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of what it means. Maybe, you know, if there's some sort of assassin class, you'd have like a default cape kind of thing or something. You know what I mean? That's just an idea.
Yeah. What?
We don't know what you mean.
I actually have no idea.
Okay, but the funny part is Fusion and Aniero
just agree with it.
Just blow right past
agree with it and move right on.
Let's just hear that again.
All right.
Assassin class, you'd have like a default cape kind of thing or something. You know what I mean? That's just an idea.
Yeah. And one of the things that they do mention about armor.
Just move it right along.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. What was that? Okay, so first of all, when you change your weapon, it'll change your appearance.
Because you change fucking jobs.
Because you change jobs and gear.
Why was that so hard for us to get?
Like, for you guys to get?
I don't know if they had told us about classes yet at this point.
Yes, you knew.
That's the thing.
You knew about classes because you guys talk about how weren't going to have your traditional Final Fantasy classes.
Yeah, you were going to have pugilist and gladiator.
If you also
we at least knew that. We knew that much.
And a discussion about how thaumaturge was pronounced.
If you also remember very, very early on when they released the very first art that went along with the title screen where it showed all the characters with different weapons, the hint that they gave us was that the core design of the game was in all those different weapons.
That is true. True. Yeah, they gave very bad hints. So yeah, it's God, this is a little painful to listen to. I gotta admit.
And just so you know, this is the last clip that I have right now, so it's like the outro of the show, so you can end on a high note.
Oh, okay.
But I just want to point out some things that I left out was Aniero discussing how there's two like subsections of races. And how he like assumed like one would be like pitted against the other one, or how stats would be influenced by that, and also how maybe your stats would also be influenced by the city state that you chose.
Well, I mean, and again, these are things that did happen in FF11, not the city state, but the races definitely did have different stat allocations.
Yeah.
And if there and it wasn't, I don't think that it was that big of a logical jump to go, okay, well, if the thing that is kind of the conflict in FF11 exists between two different races inhabiting the same territory, right? Why wouldn't two different subsection of races kind of be like having clan fights? You know what I mean? And I think that it naturally made everyone assume that there was going to be a good clan and a bad clan, and
because of World of Warcraft.
Because of World of Warcraft, and I think that might have been maybe part of the initial intention that never got more explored, which obviously if they did that, it would have been cribbing on World of Warcraft big time, but I think that's at least where the origin of the thought was. So
all right, so let's get into the end of the show, finishing up.
Okay. Definitely a lot of hype around this, a lot of excitement, and I think that we're just excited as any of our listeners are for this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I am.
There's probably people more excited than us.
Yeah, exactly.
The excitement is palpable.
All right, that's. I think that's
so excited. Wow, this is.
We just spent
guys
an hour and a half talking about the trailer.
The hype is real around this game, guys. Do you feel the hype? Of course, we feel the hype.
There is more hype in other places as well.
Okay, but what's interesting, but also very weird, is how much hype there is.
There's so much fucking hype.
get out of here. Thanks for joining us again. Podcast at orzopedia.com and check out the website at orzopedia.com. And that's really it for our very first episode. Thanks so much for listening to Aetheryte Radio, the official podcast of the orzopedia.com. I'm Aniero for Chinchilla and Fusion X. See you later.
See you later.
See you later. See you later. It's not a very good outro.
That's a great outro.
You know what?
I think that's my current outro on Final Encountercast, too.
Let's get world famous with Checkpoint Radio so that when you receive an award, I can play this shit for you.
See you later.
See you later.
See you later.
See you later.
Can we get that as a drop? See you later.
See you later.
See you later. Ugh. You know what's shocking about that? Is I probably weighed 100 pounds more at that point than I do now.
You know, if you just the board in front of you, the one that we have to replace, if you actually go back and find the board or the picture that you put on social media when you were unboxing it, you look like Chris. Okay, not that bad.
Wow.
Not that bad.
I'm talking like my last year at college. It was, this was like year 7 in the relationship. That would have been when I was at my
You
heaviest.
were with the flood, and depression adds weight.
This board, we purchased this board within the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Your timing is way off.
I'm just saying, you used to be fat, and you can see it.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking like 10 years ago, you were going like, man, fucking last June, you weren't looking so hot.
No, it's 3 Junes ago.
Is this, I mean, are you trying to tell me something?
You look better now, though.
Well, I don't know that that's true.
You look better than him.
I mean, I've been taking Adderall for 8 months. I should look pretty... This is trim for me.
You also don't eat that often unless we bring you food.
I mean, this is also true.
We left the talk.
A lot of that had to do with the Adderall, though.
We left the talk about in the car, so you couldn't try and guilt us into leaving it for you this time.
You left your Taco Bell in the car?
Yeah.
Why don't you ever get me Taco Bell?
Do you want Taco Bell?
Yes, I want Taco Bell.
Oh,
shit, I want Taco Bell. Bring me some Taco Bell.
Shut up, Fusion.
No one asked you.
What are you doing here still?
Yeah, we're done with you.
Listen,
get out of here.
Fusion, you live in a place where there is combo car wash and weed stops. What are you still doing here?
True. This is true.
Why are you still here? Go get your car cleaned and buy some weed.
Yeah, we're not going to need you for another 2 or 3 years at least. Go.
Fusion, man, it was great. As always, it is great having you on and reliving some old FF14 memories, man.
Yeah, I didn't realize that stuff was that bad. But,
dude,
it's been a while since I've gone back and listened to it.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you.
Look where we are now.
Well, look where we are.
Yeah, like what are you doing?
Yeah,
I don't
like.
I'm actually still doing pretty much the same thing.
Oh shit!
Just wondering, did you get an invite out to the PlayStation Experience?
I didn't.
Oh.
I mean, it's no big deal. We didn't really go either.
We don't want to.
No, we haven't had a real in with Sony for a couple of years. So
we don't really want to brag or nothing. But that's cool. We definitely did get an invite to.
No, that's cool. I saw that stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff out there.
It's probably because we have a nationally syndicated radio show.
Yeah, almost 50 sets of call letters there.
Juxta.
Yeah. What's this we?
I own part of that, so it's we.
Yeah.
How do we buy him out? I need to go Google how to do a hostile takeover.
Okay, for starters, that doesn't work because we're an S-type corporation.
See,
we're an S-rank corporation.
He's already looked into this to figure out how to defend against it because he's afraid that we have discussions behind his back about how to kick him out.
You fucking paranoid loser.
Well, after what we say against Nika, there's no reason why it wouldn't be.
Now Nika's gonna get all fucking paranoid.
No, she won't. She doesn't even listen to this shit.
That's true. She'll never hear it.
She'll never know.
Anyway, Fusion, man, thanks for coming on. What's going on with Aetheryte Radio these days?
We just did an episode. I think it was last weekend. We're doing monthly episodes now. Which is kind of actually an improvement over what we were doing before. It's just, everybody's got real life. And so we locked it down to at least get one show out a month. We're doing, it was funny. We were talking earlier about how we had all these freaking like the Aetheryte Radio Network and stuff. I actually brought back topics as a segment And so we're doing topics every month now. We'll post up on our on the site, and I think the next topic is, because the new year's coming in, we're doing like gaming resolutions, so people can comment, and we'll read that up on the air and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Sounds like a cool bit. We're gonna steal it.
Yeah. Congratulations. We're just gonna hoover that bit up.
Yeah, because we actually.
It's whatever. It's like an 8-year-old like show idea.
Except we can have people actually call in with their resolution.
That's right, because
that's true.
I mean, can we? The last couple of shows, I haven't had too many callers.
That's true. Yeah, nobody's been making you work.
We'll get Ryoku to just call in as different people.
There you go. He'll do different voices. Could we? I think Ryoku might be maybe the categorically worst, like, weird voice guy. Which would just make it so much funnier, actually.
I love Ryoku.
Yes.
Man.
Anyway, Fusion, thanks for coming on. You can make sure to check out Aetheryte Radio, currently hanging out over at gamerescape.com. So, show's still going.
Yeah, it's the longest running podcast for 14.
Well,
that's about all we have to say about it. That's everything else is whatever. But we got that.
So there you go. Fusion, man, thanks for coming on and doing this. This was a blast, man. This was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks again to Fusion X for hanging out. Again, this is our last Juxtober bit until next October. So if somebody else wants to have the balls to throw their hat into the ring, let's go ahead and make that happen, so that this idiot over here can start clipping out your show to have clips to play for us, because it takes it takes them a little bit of time to get this all ready.
It takes a lot of time, actually.
So make sure you send those over. You can email those, hosts at limitbreakradio.com. You can also tweet them if you want at Limit Break Radio. Send them on Facebook, Limit Break Radio. There, I don't know where else they could send it. That seems like all of the places, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention.
Good. I'm only telling them how to get a hold of you. So
send it to Kooky and she'll get it to me.
That's actually probably a little bit more accurate and true.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, we do hope that there will be other shows that feel comfortable enough to subject themselves to Juxtober.
Yeah, and this is all in good fun.
It is.
We only mean like half of the shit we say.
I mean all of it.
I mean, I didn't agree to that part of only meaning half of it.
How much did you mean?
I mean, all of it.
We don't lie because we don't want to get our fingers smashed with a hammer.
That's right. Finger smashing hammer.
Oh my gosh! Put that hammer away.
No, I want to.
You're gonna break something. Or
I am going to brandish it at you threateningly.
The hammer is his penis.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, the context for all of those bits just changed
drastically.
You have no balls.
Yes, but why do you got to keep bringing it up? I know.
I just want you to know that.
That'd be weird to have just a shaft but no balls.
I know, right?
Wow.
You wouldn't be able to jizz.
I mean,
right? I mean, that's where you store the jizz in the nut sacks.
I mean,
the fact that he's confirming this.
All right. I don't know.
You better go Google it.
Yeah, I think you got some Googling to do. Anyway, all right, that's going to do it for Limit Break Radio today. Again, special shout out and thank you to Fusion X for hanging out and for listening to our old episode of Aetheryte Radio. And for those that maybe are newer listeners to the program that are like, well, why do these guys make a 2-hour show if all they're going to do is make fun of FF14? Because we've been doing it for fucking like 8 years.
And they don't make anything for FF14.
That's right. So we got to find the fun somewhere. But no, like we legitimately have been doing that, been making content for FF14 for a very, very long time. So
Oh, you can.
Oh, you can?
You can jizz without any nutsack.
What the fuck?
Apparently the prostate is where the seminal fluids come from and not the testes.
Right, because the testes actually make the sperm.
Right. Oh, apparently.
Yeah.
That's what Zach Face says.
Oh, well, thanks.
Thanks, Zach Face.
Appreciate it. Okay. I don't.
You could have kept that to yourself.
I don't even see where that is in the chat, but okay.
Oh no, I Googled it.
Oh, you Googled it?
Yeah.
But that's what Zackface says.
Yeah.
What, at Yahoo Answers?
Forum.bodybuilding.com.
Oh my God!
What?
Credible sources.
Well, this is back in February 18th of 2013 at 8:52 a.m. Wow, what are you doing up that early?
Can you please close out this show?
I just feel like we learned a whole lot about somebody. That first, that he lost his balls. The second was that he is really into bodybuilding. That his name is Zackface. Sorry. And that he is an early riser.
Or he stays up really late.
It's one of those forums, so he has like a signature. And in text, it's a star, we runnin', star, official miscellaneous running crew, star, we runnin', star.
Jesus fucking Christ. I can't even.
Wait, what?
That's his signature.
I got that part, but...
Okay, you know who else is running? We running. End the show. Just right there. Just cut it.
I mean, I feel like it would be easier to run without balls.
It'd be a lot more aerodynamic.
Right.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have them...
a little bit less weight.
You wouldn't have them all, like, in the way.
And flopping everywhere and smashing.
Maybe that's the secret. Maybe that's why I don't run as much. Maybe I need to chop my own balls off.
Do you need help?
No, definitely. I mean, I might, but...
Do you want help?
No. I mean, I might.
I can help.
Seems like a weird thing to ask for help with.
Hey, bros before balls.
Yoshi, please release Eureka already. Please release Eureka. I don't care if it's not done yet.
Hey, Unix before Tunix, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
I mean, it rhymes, so I was pretty impressed with it.
Yeah. Don't think about it too much. Just don't. Anyway, all right. That's going to be it for Limit Break Radio today. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Appreciate having you along. Twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio. Again, shout out to FusionX for coming on and listening to some old Aetheryte radio audio. That was a lot of fun. I remembered literally none of that. So
you should read credits as the Aniero from back then.
We'll see. We'll see if I can get my voice that high. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining us today. Make sure you come back next week. We'll be here, but remember, we will be taking a couple of weeks off around Christmas and New Year's Eve. Again, I want to thank everyone for listening. LimitBreakRadio.com, Twitch.tv/LimitBreakRadio, Twitter.com/LimitBreakRadio, Facebook.com/LimitBreakRadio. Hit up all the places. For my crew, Juxtaposition, Kalo Landis, and even though she didn't show up today, Nika Kayanian, I'm Aniero. Keep listening. LimitBreakRadio.com is a production of Bender. Limit Break Radio is a production of LimitBreakRadio.com and Bender Media Productions. This episode was produced by Aniero Grigori, Kalo Landis, Juxtaposition, and Kooky Persona. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. Funding for Limit Break Radio is provided by Miri Kennett, Satori Komeji, Dark Flux, Null Package, Shira Heartslot, Nexian Theta, Brian Alexander, Tommy Carlson, Hirsch Fersch, and fellow Limit Break Radio listeners. To support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/Limit Break Radio. Just opening music in this episode from Daniel Lambie. Listen to Man with the Machine Gun and other great tracks at facebook.com/Daniel Lambie Metal Gamer. Closing music in this episode from Husky by the Geek. Listen to this and other great Final Fantasy XIV and video game rock covers and original music at facebook.com/Husky by the Geek. In-game graphics for Limit Break Radio's Twitch stream are provided by Diamond Multimedia. Check out their line of AMD graphics cards and other hardware at diamondmm.com. Limit Break Radio and its hosts are solely responsible for its content.